I'm Per Witalisson, CEO of Eolus Wind. We have our head office in Hässleholm, so quite close to here. And I'm thank you for inviting us first of all. It's really inspiring to hear all these speakers. And I'm going to talk a little about how we do business in the very revolutionary transition that is ongoing in the energy market, and how companies, cities and public actors can act together to make things happen and to contribute to the goals on the to achieving a sustainable energy system. And the wind power industry grows very fast, and I think that this picture is a good illustration of that. It's our operations engineer Johan. He's standing on the top of the nacelle of a wind turbine. It's a Vestas. The model is V112. It means that the diameter of the rotor is 112 meters. So the circle that the blades sweep over is almost 10,000 square meters. So that's what we hold up against the wind to harvest energy. And he's standing there 94 meters above ground level. That's where we bring also the bank managers when we want to negotiate about interest rates. Yeah. Yes, wind is definitely growing a lot, both in Sweden but also globally. Half of all investments in wind is now being made in China. In the US, there's been a lot of change in the mindset in the recent years. A big insight is coming there also now that the effects of the climate change is. So an illustration of this is in the left column. We have what was built of wind power accumulated until 2006, and the mid column is what was built during the single year 2015. So you can see that in 2015, in a single year, approximately the same amount was built that was built accumulated from the start until 2006. And in Sweden, we about almost 11% of all electricity consumed within the country in 2015 was produced by wind power, and we will reach about 20% at 2020, roughly. Short about Eolus. It was founded in 1990 and was by then the first commercial wind power company in Sweden. We have established almost 500 turbines since then, and about 25 or so in the region here near Kristianstad. We have a large portfolio of wind power projects in different stages, and we're active in the Nordic countries, in the Baltic states, and we have now just recently also acquired 2 projects under development in Nevada in the US. We're also involved in one offshore project It is much more expensive to build and to operate offshore projects, but this one is one of the largest offshore projects in the world. It's breaking offshore in the Baltic Sea, and it's definitely the offshore project in the Baltic Sea that is the cheapest project to establish. So that's why we are involved in that. This is how it started in, or even before Eolus was founded. On the left picture we have the first turbine that was constructed and built by the founder of Eolus, Bengt Simmingsköld, and it was just a couple of miles from here. It was a turbine of 10 kilowatts, and then they built the year after they built a 25 kilowatt turbine that was the largest one in Sweden. It had helicopter blades as a rotor. But what these pioneers learned from the early years, it was that if wind power is going to give a significant contribution to the energy mix, it has to be on an industrial scale, it has to be larger turbines, it has to be much bigger. So the second picture is from Öland, the island of Öland, the very southern parts of Öland, where Eolus built their first turbines in 1991. It was much inspired by the Danish, the development of the Danish wind power industry. So it's the best wind conditions there are in Sweden. So it was a really good site to start that. So Eolus got permit to build 2 turbines at this site, and to afford to build the turbines, they sold one and kept the other one. And the next year they received a permit to build the next 2 turbines on the same site. So then we sold the turbine that we owned and invested the money into the new ones. And that has since then been the business model of Eolus, more or less, meaning that we don't hold on to specific assets. We are the ones that will build the best wind power projects and to have a quicker turnover of our capital employed. So everything is for sale at Eolus, but you can be sure that we will invest it in new renewable projects. So today, what it looks like today, on the left picture there is a blade from a wind farm installed in the autumn of 2015. Now we're still Vestas turbines. The model is now V126, meaning that the blade on the truck is 63 meter long. So now the swept area of the circle is about 12,500 square meters. It's the double size of the Friends Arena, the Swedish national football stadium. And this was a wind farm we built in Hultsfred in Småland, in the forest area, where Region Skåne invested in 6 of the 7 turbines, and the city of Sundbyberg invested in the last one. And for Region Skåne, they will get from January. They are producing electricity here, roughly 40% of the need they have for all their activities, from hospitals and all other facilities they run. So it's a really good example of what can be done together here, industry and public investors. So this turbine, one single turbine here produces 20 times more electricity per year than one turbine, the old ones we saw at the southern part of Öland. So that is the technical development that has been during these years.
Is that continuing, you think?
Yes, it will. When I started at Eolus 15 years ago, I asked, of course, the same question: how big can they become? And the founder of Eolus said, no, they will not be much bigger now, but they doubled the size since then. And I had to show also the picture of the Eolus logo at Times Square from when we entered the stock market a year ago. So we have about 4,500 shareholders of the company, meaning that we have 4,500 ambassadors for wind power and for renewables. And it is really important, I would say, to spread the knowledge about these issues and what wind power is and renewables in general is good for. So this is what we do: project development, selling turnkey wind farms to investors. We own and operate wind farms ourselves, and based on our 25-year experience, we can provide technical and administrative asset management services to our customers. Some of our customers and partners that we have worked with. So we have construction companies like Skanska that we can sell ready-to-build projects to. We have many utilities here that we have sold turnkey wind farms to. And as you see, a lot of public investors, cities, regions, and municipalities. And we have also international investors like MEAG, who is the representing Munich Re, one of the world's reinsurance companies of the world. And one of their reasons for investing in wind power is that they look ahead and see what money they will have to pay out to for insurance claims in the future. They say that the really large amounts will be related to climate change, to damages caused by climate change. So that gives them a reason to change their investment strategy from coal, oil, and gas to renewables. It is. I will not go into detail, but there is a rapid change. I said there is almost a revolution going on in the energy market, and you hear almost every week in the news about problems for utilities and producers of electricity. Prices for coal, oil, electricities are very low, not only in Sweden but throughout many countries around the world. The markets become more and more borderless, and renewable is not an alternative but a new normal. And we see an increasing interest from institutional investors, pension funds, insurance companies to invest in this type of assets, just the way I mentioned. But also more public investors seeking to hedge long-term power prices for their in a sustainable way, and that way achieving their energy targets. We'll skip that one. We can just say on the last part, the revenues are so extremely low now. So you can ask yourself, how can anything be built at all? The combined prices of power and el certificates in the Swedish market has decreased more than 50% in the recent 5 years, lowering, of course, the prices for electricity for all consumers. So it has been a very good development for consumers and for the electricity intense industry. So we say, like the real estate agent, we repeat, it's all about the location, location, location. That's we have to focus on the very, very best wind spots. Nothing else can be realized in this market. We have to have a very lean project development, efficient procurement, and we must always work with the best technology, the newest technology, with turbine suppliers and with other partners, with universities and like that, to always seeking to be on the edge to have the most efficient projects. Still, if we manage all this, we still can have attractive business cases for long-term investors seeking yield in a low interest market. One business case that we are really proud of is the deal we did with Google. They were seeking not to invest in wind power, but they say, since we're a marketing company, they don't want to own or operate wind farms, but it is really important for them to decrease their carbon footprint. So they want to supply their data centers throughout the world with renewable energy. And they are the largest purchaser of renewable electricity in the world, and still they want to triple that in a decade. So what they wanted to do was then to just buy the electricity, and they say, we don't want to do it from existing wind farms. We want the deal that we make, that should be what makes the investment to happen, and that is what they are willing to pay a premium for. And so with this, we made a 10-year deal with Google, and we made a long at a fixed price, and we made a service agreement with Vestas, and we can provide our asset management services for 10 years as well. And that way we could offer a case to the market where with much less risk compared to other wind investments. And in the end, we sold it to EWZ, who is the public utility of the city of Zurich in Switzerland. And what they did, they have very ambitious goal for renewable. So to have their money last longer, they brought in the German co-investor Aquila as well. So a very good example of what can be done internationally.
That's exciting. I love when we here in Sweden we make and create differences like that in the world. That's fantastic. Congratulations on that project. Yeah, I'm just so afraid because I know that people will leave for the trains, and I don't want you to take that personally. So let's. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yes. In just one more minute, if it's okay. Yes. And we managed now just recently to make a second deal with Google as well. So we're very proud of that. And this is something, these long-term PPAs where they just buy power. We will definitely see more of that from companies and public actors also. It's a cheap way to really achieve something. So what we really have to do is challenge in this market, challenge all old business models. We have to always think outside the box, continuously re-evaluating our own business model and always question it. What is the best way to do? In a revolution, you cannot make 5-year plans, or you have to have the right mindset and the long-term view where we will end up, and then you just have to adapt and just focus on the things that you can affect and influence yourself. You have to make the product development cheap, because it's only the final investors' investment that counts in the end. And our next step, looking out outside Sweden and the Nordics, I said we have acquired two projects also in the US. This is a picture from the Hoover Dam in the southern part of Nevada, and you see the line. It is where the normal water line would be. They are in California. They are experienced the worst drought of 400 years, and we're lacking here about 35 meters of water in the Hoover Dam. So the electricity production from the power station here has decreased 20-25% since year 2000, and the city of Los Angeles receives a lot of its electricity from the Hoover Dam. So along the power lines from the Hoover Dam to Los Angeles, we have acquired this project, and there is a lot of spare capacities in the power lines. It's in early stage. It's a gamble, of course. It's close to Las Vegas, so everything is a gamble there. But I would be happy to come back to you in a couple of years and telling you that this is also a success story.
Yes, we look forward to that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Per.